are the top 10 reasons you shouldn't move to Palm Bay, Florida. My name's Alexandra and I'm a local realtor down on Florida's Space Coast. I have people calling me every day and I really enjoy it. So if you have any questions about what it might be like to live in Palm Bay, Florida, go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text message, or send me an email. I've got your answers and I would love to hear from you. And if you want to keep seeing videos like this, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you're notified every Friday morning when I post a new video. Okay, let's get into it. We have a lot of sunshine and the occasional rainbow, but things are not all sunshine and rainbows here in Palm Bay, Florida. As a realtor, it's my job to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly so that you can make a well-informed decision when you're thinking about moving your family. Number 1, Palm Bay's growing population. If you're looking to live in true small-town Florida, Palm Bay isn't it. Palm Bay, Brevard County's largest city, is growing at a rate of about 1.35% annually, and has increased by 4.15% since 2020. Also, the Palm Bay and Melbourne areas rank number 4 out of 25 on the annual U-Haul Growth Index, which ranks top growth cities by calculating the net gain of one-way U-Haul trucks versus the trucks leaving over the course of a year. As Emerald Lakes continues being built up in Southeast Palm Bay, I expect these numbers to increase even more. All of that being said, if you're moving from a larger city like New York City, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, or even Atlanta, Georgia, Palm Bay certainly has a small town feel in comparison. Number 2, distance from the beaches and Orlando. Speaking about southern Palm Bay specifically, you're going to be a little bit further than the beach than you would be if you lived in Melbourne, for example. If you live in Southeast Palm Bay, you're about 30 minutes from the beach, and unfortunately, there are no plans to put in a new causeway. In regards to the distance from Orlando, you're about 30 minutes further here in Palm Bay, Florida, than you would be if you lived in Titusville, for example. So if you have to commute to Orlando for work, your commute's going to be a lot further than if you lived in northern Brevard County. Number 3, lack of distinct local culture. Unlike other nearby cities, Palm Bay does not have a historic downtown area. While our oldest building, St. Joseph's Catholic Church, established in 1910, is still standing, some of our most notable historical sites burned down in the 1920s. If you want to enjoy local dining and shopping in a quaint downtown area, you'll have to travel to Melbourne for that. Number 4, city water and city sewer aren't available everywhere. When we look at the homes currently on the market, only about 30% of the homes in Palm Bay, Florida are on city water and city sewer. To give you something to compare this to, about 80% of the homes currently on the market in Melbourne, Florida are city water and city sewer. Most of the new construction communities in Palm Bay are on city water and city sewer. And there is talk of the city bringing city sewer into Northwest Palm Bay, but that has not happened just yet. Number 5, bad drivers. Yeah, bad drivers are everywhere. But here in Florida, we have people that have moved from New York City driving along people that are used to driving in small town America. The different driving styles can definitely cause some issues. Unfortunately, some of Palm Bay's roadways made the list of top 5 crash corridors and top 5 crash intersections in Brevard County. Palm Bay Road from Babcock Street to Robert J. Conlin Boulevard is one of the top 5 crash corridors. And the intersections of Babcock Street and Palm Bay Road and Malabar Road and Babcock Street are in the top 5 crash intersections. Number 6, lack of really good food. If you're a foodie moving from New York City, somewhere out in California, or even Atlanta, Georgia, you might find yourself a little disappointed in our dining options, especially when it comes to food from other countries. We gave up looking for good pho years ago, and nothing has come close to the tacos that we had at Tacos El Gordo down near the border, or the curry at Coco's out in San Diego. I'm hoping as our population grows and more people move from larger cities that the demand for really good food will finally bring some incredible dining options to our area. Number 7, Palm Bay has a large transient population. The definition of a transient population includes those vacationing here and those who winter here, but I'm specifically referring to our homeless population. Now, this isn't exactly Palm Bay specific, but is an issue across the state of Florida due to our warm temperatures and generally good weather. The local city governments are doing their best to address the issue of homelessness, but it's definitely a work in progress. I also want to mention that Brevard County actually banned panhandling, but when you're driving around, you wouldn't know it. Number 8, lack of sidewalks. Palm Bay in general is not very walkable due to its large size, but it's even less so due to its lack of sidewalks. Even in areas where there are sidewalks, they're only paved to a certain point and then they just suddenly end. So pedestrians are then forced to either walk in the dirt and the grass or alongside the road. Unfortunately, Brevard County as a whole has been ranked the 12th most dangerous metropolitan area for pedestrian safety. Number 9, lack of streetlights. A lot of the older parts of Palm Bay and the more rural areas are lacking streetlights, which makes it much more difficult to see at night. This becomes even more of an issue when you learn that the areas lacking streetlights are also the areas that are lacking sidewalks. Pedestrians walking in the street and drivers with low visibility are a dangerous combination. And finally, number 10, infrastructure and lack of city maintenance. Palm Bay is growing, and with growth comes more use of the city's infrastructure, most notably the roadways. The city is currently working to repave roads, but it's definitely a work in progress. When it comes to city maintenance, if you've ever been to Miami or Tampa, for example, you'll notice that the landscaping in the cities are beautifully manicured. Palm Bay isn't quite like that. The city doesn't take quite as much care of our landscaping, the roadways, or just the overall appearance of the city. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Thanks for watching. Bye!